we need a way out to represent each of these rows separately. And why do we need a way out to represent each of these rows separately? So we always make relations between tables. We have already discussed about this, like we keep on making relations between these tables. For example, when we are making a relations with assigned to and the employee table, we need to make sure that a specific employee is always assigned to. So rather than giving the employee name, we will give an employee ID, which will always be unique for that particular employee, because two employees can have the same name, right? So to make sure that each of the row have their each like a representation, or you can say the address, a unique form in which we can like represent the entire row. So that's why we require a primary key in a table. Now what exactly is a primary key? Primary key is nothing but the representation of a particular row inside a table, and hence primary key is always one for a table. You need to learn this. Primary key is always one for a table. It is unique for, like, it has a unique value. No two cells can have the same value. If task 1 has already been used, then it cannot have task 1 again for task ID. Task ID cannot have task 1 again. And third, it cannot be null. Because if we allow null, then more than one cells can have the null value, and this again create duplicacy. Whenever we find our task ID with null, it will show us two records. So primary key is something which is used to make sure like every row has its own like address. So this is what a primary key is. Now like let's go ahead and see how exactly this works in the practical world. A supplier, we have marked up an ID for the supplier. You can see over here that we have marked up an ID for the supplier, and we say that whenever this supplier comes in, we say that this particular ID represents the name, phone number, address, and everything. So whenever we want like this particular supplier to be linked up with some other table, so we will link up with the supplier ID, because the name of two suppliers can be same, the phone number cannot be same. So we can use the phone number as the primary key. If you do not want supplier ID to be used, you can use the phone number. But there might be a scenario that your supplier does not carry a phone, and primary key cannot be null. So that's why we have kept up supplier ID. Then we have the address. Again, the address will be unique, but there might be a scenario that you do not have the supplier address, correct? Or maybe like the suppliers, two suppliers are using the same address, they are in a co-working space, right? So there are a few ways like you can create up a primary key. First is you can just type in over here, say primary key, and save it. Now I will just go ahead and run these queries and show you. So via show create table suppliers, we see how this particular table has been created. Just go ahead and I will just paste it. So you see over here that from like system has removed primary key from here, from this part. Like we wrote it over here, the system has removed it from here. Like the parser, we have discussed about the optimizer and parser, like the optimizer does this rewriting, and this has put it over here. So, and you see that it has also marked it as not null, because the primary key cannot be not null. It should always be not null. It cannot be null, sorry. And then the engine is by default InnoDB, and characteristic by default is UTF-8, and collation by default is this. So these are the default values which the system has picked by itself, and then it is like marking up the primary key. So again, like in the same way, you can like give the primary key over here, like here, or else like you can give the primary key like this. You can see over here, you can give the primary key like this. Like here you can see that I have given the primary key now like this. Now I will just reiterate what exactly is a primary key. Primary key is the representation of a row. So whenever we say that this supplier table has lakhs of records, so how will I identify each record into this supplier table? This will be identified using the primary key, and hence primary key is always unique. It is not null, and it is only one for the table. So now this primary key has only one column. if I give a comma and say name, something like this. So I do not want my ID to be the primary key. I will say name and address. Will be very rare that the combination of these two will be unique. So this will be like, even if two people are working in the same co-working space, so this will be very, very rare. Obviously there can be a scenario, that's why we took supplier ID to be the primary key. But yes, this is the use of two columns as a primary key, and if we use something like this, it is called as compound key. Whenever a primary key is made of more than one column in a table, we call it as compound key. See, we have created up the table. Just clear it up. Let me show you up the suppliers. Just copy it and let me paste it. So you see, now the primary key is the combination of name and address. Now the primary key is a combination of name and address. So this is what we call as compound key. So with this, I will bring this lesson to the close. In the next chapter, we will be studying about the foreign key. Thank you guys. Please do like and subscribe.